Who you gonna call?
Ghostbusters! Hey guys, and thanks for joining us here at Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Sara Meadows, and today we're reviewing the game Ghostbusters Blackout from IDW. It's from designer John Cohn and artwork by Dan Schoening.
This is a 1 to 4 player cooperative game that takes about 30 to 45 minutes to play. IDW sent us a copy, so let's take a look at how it's played.
To set up the game, lay out the main board, place the Chaos Tracker, the Caught Ghosts Tracker, and the Mass Hysteria tiles on the board.
Select 4 Ghostbusters, no matter your player count. Pass out the player boards and dice and put all the Ghostbusters in Manhattan.
Reveal 4 equipment cards near the board and place 1 ghost in each burrow, and then you're ready to begin.
First, any ghosts' abilities are activated, and then all players will roll their dice each round.
Players will collectively decide which order the Ghostbusters will take their turns. Each character will resolve all of their dice at once and will take actions like using the Ecto-1 to move, spending their PKE meter to gain more equipment, or attacking the ghosts.
To capture a ghost, players must allocate all of the required die faces for that ghost. If they aren't able to complete it this round, the dice will stay there until it is captured.
Once all characters have taken their turn, the chaos is tracked for the round and the board is reset.
The game ends if the chaos reaches 20, but if the Ghostbusters are able to capture 15 ghosts, they win. Ghostbusters Blackout is a nice cooperative dice chucking game where players are going to be working together to try to get specific die faces on their roll in order to assign those to ghosts and then knock them out of the city, capture them. It plays pretty quickly, and it's a really nice, light rule set to get into, and it's a really fun one to play together as a family or with your group of friends.
It has some different ways to make the game easier or harder depending on your specific game group. So if you have some newer players who aren't as heavy into gaming, you can make the game a little bit easier. One of those ways is to not set up the Mass Hysteria tiles on that bottom Ghost Tracker count so that you don't have the difficult events coming up in the game.
One of my favorite things in the game is the board, the fact that you're moving all over the city to capture these ghosts, which means that some of your die faces are going to be used with the car symbol on it so that you can move across the board. And the reason that's going to be valuable in the game is that as your characters develop and as you gain more of those action cards, you're going to get better at certain things, and so you might be really good at laying a bunch of one symbol or of a certain color or being able to teleport other people to where you are on the board, and that the fact that you kind of do better in different places makes it really interesting.
Yeah, those equipment cards, you can only hold 3 at a time, but you can pass them off if somebody is in the same borough of New York City as you. Something else that is nice is there are 8 characters that come in the game, so you'll always play with 4, and so there'll be 4 extras that you don't play with every other time, so that's nice. And they all have their own specific player power, and so new things can happen each time during the game.
And all the ghosts all have their own effects as well, so sometimes you just want to get you gotta get across town, knock out that one bad guy that's causing you to not be able to re-roll your dice or to lose a die. The bad guys and the combination of effects that they bring up can really make the game interesting. Sometimes you get a couple bosses, ghosts, whatever you want to call them, that aren't that bad, and so you're kind of like, just leave that guy alone. He's been there for like 6 rounds. He's not really terrorizing anybody, but this guy over here is crushing us. We've got to kill him. Everybody come over and destroy this guy.
Yeah, they have some unique ability. All of them have unique abilities. Some of them can do things like you have to lose one of your die before you even start rolling, so that gives everybody basically one less action. Some of them have things like you can become possessed, and then you don't get to do any re-rolls that whole round, which can be pretty devastating if you don't roll well the first time. And so then once you capture that ghost, that ability is gone and something new will pop up. So it refreshes and it keeps the game moving along very quickly.
The artwork for the game features that great classic cartoon version of the art, which is really sharp looking. I really enjoyed it. I think they did a great job of making some cool components and art and really spreading it out well over the entire game. If it looks like something you'd be interested in, then definitely check out Ghostbusters Blackout from IDW. And then, as always, thank you so much for liking, subscribing, following, commenting, and all those things here at Ghostbusters. Oh gosh, that's hard to say than you think it would be. Ghostbusters Blackout. There's a lot of stuff. It's got a pretty cool words, I don't know. Chucking game where players are targeting. I might need some coffee.